G'day all you mad gamers, I'm Mad Mikey, I come from the land down under, and in today's A Day in This Gamer's Life, we're going to talk about Nintendo news, because there's so much coming out, because it's only 2 bloody weeks away. We've also got some Overwatch update news, which I know we're all going to be excited about, along with some other update news for a PlayStation 4 exclusive game. All that and more in today's... Yeah. What's going on in the world today? People fighting, feuding, looting, it's okay. Let it go, let it flow, let the good times roll. Tell 'em, Mikey. It ain't nothing but gaming. Mad Mikey Gaming. Hey guys, and welcome to the Tuesday edition of A Day in This Gamer's Life. The show where we talk about all the news that matters to me on today. That is a Tuesday, the 21st of February, and I just give my opinions based on the news that's coming out. So it's not so much of a news report, but a bit of an opinionated piece on the news. So guys, if you like what you're watching, I know you've got 2 thumbs, I just want 1, so I want you to hit that like button, as well as don't forget to tell your mother, tell your old man, tell your brother, tell your sister, tell your cousin, tell your friends all about Mad Mikey Gaming, because they might like games. As I said in the lead up of today's show, there's a lot of Nintendo news coming out today, along with a lot of information of how much room you're going to need to install a lot of the games. And one of them actually isn't going to fit on the 32 gig of hard drive space that they're giving you on that bad boy. That game, in fact, is Dragon Quest Heroes 1 and 2. That is going to take up exactly 32 gig of space, which will not actually fit on your Switch console, because obviously the Switch needs some room there for hardware and everything like that. So that's a bit of a bummer, and I think if Nintendo was smart, they would do something like with, like back in the Nintendo 64 game. I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but there was the game that came out that you needed the expansion pack for. I think it was a Donkey Kong game. Again, guys, comment below if I'm wrong or if I'm right, which would be a friggin' miracle. But it would be interesting if they actually gave you that game with a memory card, whether it be a 32 gig card or a 64, just something a little to the early adopters, or even if these first few million units of the Switch did come with a Nintendo proprietary SD card. It doesn't have to be anything big, but it just has to be something, a little bit of a thank you. We know we dropped the ball. I don't think it's going to happen though, unfortunately. But as reported on a lot of shows ago, Zelda Breath of the Wild is around sort of 14 gig. So it's taking up about 40% of your console space. And let's face it, guys, Zelda's going to be the only game that a lot of people are buying this console for right from the start anyway. And while we're talking about launch titles, a launch title game has been pushed, and I don't understand why. It's The Binding of Isaac. Now, how friggin' long has that game been out? It's not been pushed back much. It's still coming out in March from what I have read and heard. But I don't understand, like, a game that has been out for so long. It's not a direct port. From what I understand, they're putting a little few extra bells and whistles on this game. But for the fact that this game has been out for so long and it is missing the launch window is just a bit nutso to me, and I don't quite understand. I mean, yes, they are an indie developer. Yes, they are developing for probably some new hardware that they're not familiar with. But fair suck, guys. They announced it probably a month or 2 ago that it was going to be part of launch. Now they're saying that it needs a couple of extra weeks to come out. So I don't understand it. I think it's rather quite stupid. But it's a game that I haven't played, but I've heard a lot of great things about. So it's definitely something that's been on my radar. But I'm not disappointed that it's not coming out, because Zelda. And in the last bit of Nintendo Switch news, there have been reports that they've been in talks with the Final Fantasy XIV guys about bringing the MMO to the Switch console, which would be quite interesting, in my opinion. I mean, I've got Final Fantasy, I've got Heaven Sword. Do I play it? Not a whole lot. Generally, MMOs, and considering I actually pay for that MMO, MMOs and I have a love-hate relationship. I love to have them, but I hate the time that is invested that I need to put into them. I'm actually still paying for it. I only really play it when I'm on holidays, and I generally take off holidays to play a specific game. So you see my problem there. There's nothing set in stone just yet. It would be interesting to see if it is coming onto the Switch. But another question that I would be asking is, does that then mean that the Switch tablet is going to have some sort of online interactivity? That's a word trademarked by myself, if you don't mind me saying. Yeah, look, would you guys play an MMO on the Switch? Or is the Switch just going to be, as a lot of people, I don't know, are just going to be using as their third console? A lot of people, obviously, will be their first console of choice. But an MMO on Nintendo hasn't been done since probably Fantasy Star Online on the GameCube, which wasn't really very well known for its online. And moving on, we've got some Overwatch news. There has been reports that actor Terry Crews of Brooklyn Nine-0 fame is really petitioning hard to be a character in that game. The character that he wants to be is Doomfist. Now, a lot of people have been sort of speculating that with him sort of ramping that up and making a whole big campaign about it, that would be the next character introduced onto the Overwatch. Because they have said that the next content update for Overwatch will bring us a new character. The reports coming out now are that about a month ago, an actor by the name Alex Malalos, if that's how you say it. But he had on his CV that he was a voice actor on the game Overwatch. Now, there's been pointed out that by Eurogamer that a great candidate might be the character known as Greek. Now, in terms of the mythology of the Overwatch and all the characters and all the backstories, I don't know a whole lot about it. I love the game. I love what they do in terms of with their content update. I think that they do, I mean, it's not DLC, but they do it right. You know what I'm saying? But the more you play, the more you get out of the game. If you want to pay to get your extra skins and guns and sprays and things like that, it's totally up to you. So it's sort of a mix between a premium game and a free-to-play game. But yeah, look, I absolutely adore Overwatch and I love what they're doing. It's not like they're bringing out Overwatch 2 or anything, but they just keep giving the fans what they want, which is more characters, more maps. So I salute you, Blizzard, you beautiful bastards. And in the last bit of news today, just to do with Nioh, there's a new update coming out for that game. There are going to be a few free major updates in the coming months, they've announced. In a live stream via Jametsu, Koei Temco revealed that there will be 10 types of high difficulty missions, including ones that feel like boss rushes. Will be added to Nioh in late March. In late April, Nioh will be getting PvP. What's more, they've also announced that the first DLC titled Dragon of Tahiko, I'm terrible with these words, will launch in April with some brand new scenarios, weapons, characters, guardian spirit stages, and more. Japan's Best Warrior and Peaceful and Tranquil will be the names of the second and third pieces of DLC, respectively. Now, I haven't heard anything about a season pass for this game, not that because I'm trying not to pay much attention to that, because I'm trying to stick to my guns and not buy season passes anymore. Sort of broke that promise with Resident Evil. But it's going to be interesting to see with the new content. You can't give a lot of stuff for free. I understand that because it costs money to develop these things. But work out a way. As I've said many times, DLC really needs to evolve. I think Overwatch is doing that right compared to like a lot of the other companies. But guys, that's it for today's news/opinions on everything. I hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave a comment in the section below if there's anything that you're excited about. I know that I'm excited about a lot of things that are coming out over the next couple of weeks, which include the Nintendo Switch. So are you guys thinking about Nintendo Switch as much as I am? Because I'm going to the midnight launch. But guys, thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed the show. I will see you on Thursday for the Thursday's edition of A Day in This Gamer's Life. Bye, guys.